Hi, this is Tony Nasca with DovNet Software. Today we're going to introduce the newest addition to the project system, the import of the Bluebeam takeoff tool into the project system editor. So we come over here to the project editor, and the first thing we have to do is add the PDF to the project. So we come over here to the document manager, and we press the add function, and we go get our source document, and we have our drawing, and we say open, and we classify the drawing as a Bluebeam PDF, and we hit save. And now we have our drawing inside the project. From here, we press the edit button, and we edit the PDF with Bluebeam. And now we have our drawing. I can move the drawing around like so, and we've already zoomed in to a certain part of the drawing. Now you notice I've added Edwards here, so these can be any manufacturer you want. This could be nurse call, this can be fire alarm, notifier, Edwards, etc. And then what I can do is I can go ahead and take my symbols and come over here to this guy and drop them on the appropriate places in the drawing. So these are smoke detectors, SIGA PS specifically. When I leave this, come over here to this guy, you'll notice it's added the SIGA PS to the list of materials. And then I go ahead and add the next device, like so, and I come over here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and there. Now, of course, that's great if I already have the device in place. But let's pretend that I don't, and I need to add a new device. So what I can do is, I can go ahead and zoom in here, like so, and I have a little blank area to work with. And I take my item, text, like so. And then I go ahead, size it correctly, and I move it inside the box like so. And I can size it down accordingly. And I have my image. I do a V, I select the area, Control G, and that's now a group, right click, add to tool chest, and I say Edwards, and it just added to Edwards. And then what I do is I do right click on the device and make it a count device, and I can get rid of this guy. And then what I do is I come up here and I give it a name, EDW-SIGA-270LL. I did that on purpose, but I made it 270 because I want you to see if you make a mistake what you can do. Okay, take my devices and I can stick them where I want, like so, and like so. And when I leave the drawing, you see it puts it down here at the bottom. So now we can save this drawing and everything is in place. And it should be noted that I manually created these objects, but in fact, Bluebeam or other suppliers might already have an equipment list already configured with different images so that you don't have to do that part of this, and it would just be an import instead of doing them one at a time. Now to export this, we go ahead and click on this and say export and say OK, and then it brings up Excel, and you notice we have it saved like so with the 270L, again the wrong part number. Now, I need to save this as an XLS, so I do a Save As, Browse, and then choose XLSX, like so, and save. And now we have an XLSX file. Okay. And then we can save our drawing here. And then we get back to the project system. Okay. Now, inside the project system, what we can do is we do a part number, F7. Note why the import function works. You'll notice here this little manual part separator, which is currently a dash. If you remember back when I was setting up the part numbers in Bluebeam, I used the dash between EDW and the SIGA PS. You can actually use a different character. You just have to declare what that character is so the system knows how to separate the manufacturer part and then the part number part of the part number coming in. We choose Bluebeam. We browse for our file like so, and we say import. Now you notice we have an error message here because I had the wrong part number. So what I can do is I can look up, if there's a right part number, I can look up the part number EDW SIGA-270L, like so, and there's the L. And then we could say link. And so even though it's got a bad drawing here, this link will remember the bad part number and link it to our good part number for the future. And then you notice it finished the rest of the devices without error. And then we just say take and load it into the project system like so. Load assembly. And you'll notice I have the auto estimating system turned on. So it matched up our labor hours with the devices along with the costs. And then we can just complete the rest of this quote. So this would have brought in multiple pieces of equipment. But there could also be subsequent equipment to bring in, such as the fire alarm cabinet that you would not necessarily break down on a drawing, but you need to break it down for ordering purposes. So I'm going to bring in another assembly for that portion of the fire alarm system. And it's just another assembly, and it has various components that we can choose, batteries, etc., annunciator panels. The smokes, of course, would have already come in, so I'll just give you those as an example. And then we say load assembly like so, and it brought in that portion of the equipment. And then we can bring in a labor assembly as well. And in this assembly, notice we've got some automatic time that's going to come in, and also some manual time, such as drafting 10 hours, engineering 5 hours, and documentation 5 hours. And then we say load assembly like so. And you notice all the hours come in with 1 hour, so I press auto estimate. And now the system has brought in all the time, and we have our quote, and it's ready to go out the door. So the combination of the Bluebeam takeoff tool plus the assembly product can produce a quote very quickly. And if I just come down here to print proposal, for example, I can do lump sum or not lump, part numbers on or off. All those different options are possible. And there we go. So now we have a quote done very quickly using the project system. So thank you very much. Again, this was the demonstration of the Bluebeam takeoff system, bringing the data into our estimating system and then completing an estimate with the auto estimating function of the project system. Thank you, and you guys have a great day.